Most groups out there are coming in and it's a one size fits all, right?
Yeah.
For us, you've heard this before, but we are definitely protecting the tenets of private practice. We're building and developing great dentists and great leaders inside the organization and providing an opportunity not only for those dentists, but for our team members to grow as we expand across the state of North Carolina.
Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome to the 88 Show. This is the internet's only dental show where we are talking about what matters most in marketing. I'm your host, Joshua Scott, and guys, this is episode 114. Sitting here with Dr. Clifton Cameron and Josie Sewell, CarolinasDentist. Man, a really great project that we are on location doing some work for you guys. Thanks so much for letting us be here.
Could not be more excited to have you and your team down here. Thanks so much for coming. Welcome to North Carolina.
Oh man, we love it.
Yeah,
love it. Anytime.
It's a little hot, but that's all right.
97,
yeah.
You know, but yeah, a little bit of a heat wave. Man, give us kind of the background. You guys have a unique story here.
Me and my partner, Eric Roman, we decided to start a business together 6 years ago. He and I started actually in residency together. So came out of different dental schools and ultimately recognized that we never wanted to practice alone. We took what we learned there and tweaked it a little bit to make sure that we were going to create, one, an experience for our patients first, but second, one to where our doctors not only could be associates in the traditional sense, but also partners, owners, and even investors in this new company moving forward.
Yeah. There's nothing new about the group practice space right now. I mean, it's arguably probably one of the biggest trends in dentistry right now, in the dental industry. But there's definitely a sense here what you guys are doing is different. Describe to me like what you see, what makes you different.
What we've built and what we're so excited is you hear the term dental management company, right? And so we sat down in a room and we asked ourselves, who do we want to be? How do we want to define ourselves? And so we don't want to be a dental management company. We want to be a dental leadership company. You know, have plenty of friends that have been through it where their practice is acquired and then it is, here's your operational stuff. You need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this, right? And it becomes me putting my goals on you. And so what we see and what we're so passionate about is actually reversing that a little bit. So taking what is already working and giving them tools and resources, and then asking the dentist about their personal, professional, and financial goals, clarify their dreams and their vision and how they fit a part of this larger group, and then giving them tools and resources to accomplish what they have been hit that ceiling of complexity and have not been able to do yet.
And it's really an a la carte solution, right? From what we've seen, most groups out there are coming in and it's a one size fits all, right? For us, you've heard this before, but we are definitely protecting the tenets of private practice. We're building and developing great dentists and great leaders inside the organization and providing an opportunity not only for those dentists, but for our team members to grow as we expand across the state of North Carolina.
You sit in that kind of classic visionary role here of the company, right? So tell me what that looks like.
Yeah, exactly. So for me, it goes back to looking at the opportunity or ultimately what needs to be done, right? And this isn't about significance for me or for Josie. This is actually about looking at the landscape and saying what needs to be done right now. The larger, more traditional groups are coming into the state. So what's happening is most dentists are sitting back and they're like, wait a second, let me let the dust settle and maybe we'll figure out what happens after that fact. CarolinasDentist and this dental leadership company really is the solution to say, wait a second, let's transform that latent energy where these docs are sitting back into active energy to say, hey, let's come together, let's pool our resources, let's do all the things that we can do as a traditional group practice, but now let's sprinkle in leadership development, professional development. You know, I'm on this relentless pursuit to switch, especially the dentist, right? Their mindset from being an employee in a practice over to an owner. Ultimately, I found that I'm passionate about energizing leaders or spotting growable entrepreneurial talent and essentially saying, hey, come join the movement.
So Josie, I know you kind of fill that traditional COO role. Tell me about that and how you guys kind of work together.
Absolutely. A visionary, just like you heard him say, he's the big ideas,
yeah,
right? He's the big ideas. He's the one that can go out and he can get dentists excited and create this movement and create this energy. And so he says, I think I kind of want this. And I can give him the steps on the process on how it gets there.
The other thing that I loved about Josie was the fact that she's been in the trenches with me, right? As a clinical hygienist, as a clinical dentist, any system we put in place must be good for our patients, the practice, as well as the profession.
Yeah.
And that, Josie and I, there's no better tandem out there to be able to look through that lens, because we get it. We've been there and we are there.
Yeah. This month I kind of wrote an article on group practice marketing. I mean, it's kind of like my, marketing is my world, and so I kind of want to bring some questions to you guys, because obviously you've had a ton of experience in that space. As you're looking at acquiring practices, what challenges do you see that facing?
You always start with your core values, right? You start with the core values of your people. You start with the core values of your systems, of really ultimately they become the core values of your brand. And so when we look at acquisitions, if for some reason there's a core value that might not fit this acquisition, then how could we transition Carolina's Dentist over top of that existing brand? So what we said is, hey, if there's a lot of latent energy out there that we want to turn into active energy inside the state, let's find great dental leaders, dentists who are leaders of their practices, and let's bring them into this dental leadership company. And it's really their choice, right? We say, hey, our solution is a hybrid solution. Let's continue to operate with your brand, your legacy, and your market in your region, and let's figure out a way to expand and grow that brand in your market and in your region.
What's so hard, and what we talk about all the time, is I could have a beautiful brand, a beautiful logo, and this amazing collateral, but if the patient experience sucks, it doesn't matter how good I am at marketing. You're going to wonder, like, hey, the new patients might be coming, or if they're terrible on the phone, maybe they're not coming. So it's always so tough, and I can appreciate what people in marketing go through, because you are expected to try to bring in all of these new patients and do all of this, but if we can't even answer the phone in a way that patients want to come in, it doesn't matter how beautiful the logo is. So I think that, as we look at acquisitions, we want to look at that entire package and that persona and whatever, and try to help them build a brand that does speak to who they are and they can be proud of, but also, again, focus on that operational stuff that won't matter how pretty it is if we can't.
No, I love it. I think you're saying it's like there's a brand, but there's like values underneath it. If the values don't come through, I mean,
You got it.
When it comes to, probably as I look out and just make a judgment on the group practice scene, I would probably guess that one of the hardest things that they struggle with, one of the biggest struggles, is acquiring and retaining clinical talent.
Yes.
Have you guys found that to be true? What are you doing to help solve that problem?
Everything that we do, it's not just about serving patients, but it is marketing to dentists. It is marketing to team members. So in the way that our offices are set up, in the way that our website looks, in the things that we talk about in social or whatever. And so I think that we have that in the back of our mind. Like, what would they want? They want the technology, they want the camaraderie, they want this, they want that. So as much as we're marketing to patients, we know that clinicians are looking, and we're mindful of that.
So are you saying that part of your marketing strategy is speaking to...
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's amazing. Good job. I actually love that you said that, because that's been like my whole thing when I start talking to group practices, and I'm like, it's not all about, and it's just this new patient acquisition. Right. And I'm like, it's literally not all
ROI,
about
it's
that.
all attached to that.
Yeah, if you get the talent in and can retain that and build a culture, that's who you're speaking to. What do you see the next 10 years? Let me ask two questions here. One is, what do you see in the group marketing space in the next 10 years? What do you see for Carolina's Dentists?
There are a lot of unhappy people in many traditional groups, and you're starting to see emerging groups where they are trying to do something different. But you're also seeing a lot of dentists who, for whatever reason, they think, ooh, I should have more locations, but they don't know that double locations doesn't mean double profit, it means double complexity, right? And a whole lot more work. And so you have all of these ones and twos, I think, that are really, really struggling, which is unfortunate for them and for the patient. And so our hope is that what we have can be modeled, and we can learn from others that are trying to do the same thing and create that really great model.
Well, guys, I really appreciate you being here.
This was fun.
I appreciate you allowing us to come in. I know we've got some things in the work that I'm excited about to help you guys kind of go down this road of not just talking about being different, but like showing people that you're different. So I think what you're doing is so important. I love the vision that you have, and so I think the group practice space needs to come around that. I think there's a ton of stuff you can learn from you guys. So
thank you.
Thanks for pioneering the way.
We love it.
Thanks for helping us tell the story.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right, guys, that wraps up episode 114 with these guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Best place to find me is on Instagram at Joshua Scott. You'll find that link down below. Thanks for being here.
This was awesome.
Absolutely.
This was
Thank
great.
you.
All right, guys. We'll see you next episode.